Okay, let's just jump in. We've all been there, or at least we can imagine it. You're in a crisis.
The domestic crisis.
Exactly. Your mattress has given up. The bed frame is making noises you just can't ignore anymore. And you have that sudden realization.
That waiting 4 to 6 weeks for a new bedroom set just isn't an option?
Not at all. Maybe you have guests arriving in, what, a couple of days? Or maybe you just hit a wall after a week of terrible sleep and you're just done. The problem is huge and it's urgent.
It is. And, we often look at these massive global supply chains, but for this deep dive, we're zeroing in on a much more personal logistical challenge.
The immediate need for quality furniture. Fast.
Right. Our mission today is built around this really massive promise we found in a local consumer guide from Arlington, Texas. It poses the question, can you actually get a complete bedroom set, delivered, and professionally assembled in under 48 hours?
That's the real test of local logistics, isn't it? Our source material is this very practical guide that details all the fast delivery and purchasing options from a trusted local showroom in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And the central claim, which we're using as the kind of case study here, is that shoppers in and around Arlington can get these full sets in less than 2 days.
Including assembly and even flexible payment options like buy now, pay later, or 0% financing. It sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, what's so fascinating is how this model completely flips the standard furniture buying process on its head.
How so?
Instead of waiting on a manufacturer that's weeks away, this is all about local inventory. It's a local solution to what is, for the consumer, a global supply chain problem.
And for transparency, this analysis is based on the info provided by that retailer located at 1629 New York Ave in Arlington.
And customers are often confirming this, by calling them directly. We've even got the number here. It's +1 469 640 4665.
Right. We're really using this as a model to understand how this kind of speed is even possible. Because my first thought is 48 hours for an entire bedroom. That sounds more like a marketing goal than a logistical reality.
It does.
So what are the actual mechanics here? What does the source say that proves this can genuinely happen for people?
That is the perfect question. And the possibility, it really hinges on one thing: eliminating all the external dependencies.
So keeping everything in-house.
Exactly. It starts with the customer's location and the retailer's commitment to holding a really deep local stock. The guide makes it clear that next-day delivery is frequently available for furniture that's already in stock.
Especially the common stuff, I imagine.
You got it. Particularly the most popular queen and king sizes across a lot of the zip codes right there around Arlington.
So the guiding principle is speed equals local stock. Simple enough. But, even if the set is sitting in the warehouse, that doesn't guarantee a delivery truck is available.
No, it doesn't.
So what are those crucial variables, the it depends factors that a buyer absolutely has to nail down to count on that 48-hour timeline?
This is where we go from theory to practice. We pulled out 3 non-negotiables from the guide. First, your specific zip code. That's huge. The distance from their central warehouse dictates everything.
Right. If you're close, they can slot you in an open window much more easily.
Precisely. The second is stock, which we mentioned, but it's worth hammering home. The specific set you want must be in that local warehouse.
Not arriving next week or special order.
If you see those words, the 48-hour promise is gone instantly. If they have to get it from a national distribution center, you're back to waiting 5, maybe 10 business days.
And the third variable?
Delivery slot availability. This is the one people forget. The furniture can be ready to go, but if all the trucks are booked solid for the next day, you've hit a wall.
Okay, so if you're listening and you need that bed, now, what's the move? You can't just click buy on a website and hope for the best when the deadline is this tight.
No, you can't. The source material is very direct about this.
Right.
The fastest way is to just communicate.
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone, you call them with 2 pieces of information ready.
Okay.
Your zip code and the exact set you're looking at. The local team, because they handle their own inventory and their own delivery routes, they can check everything on the spot.
So they can confirm availability, tell you yes or no for next day delivery to your area, and book your spot right then.
It's the difference between passive browsing and actively booking your own logistics.
I think the big takeaway there is that having that physical proximity and direct communication lets a local store manage that last mile delivery way more efficiently than a big national chain.
That's it. They control the inventory and the fleet.
Okay, so that's the logistics of getting it to your door. Now we have to talk about getting it set up, because let's be real, getting a dozen massive boxes dropped on your porch only solves, what, half the problem?
If that, yeah.
If you're on a 48-hour deadline, you probably don't have a full day, or the tools, or honestly the patience to fight with assembly instructions.
And that's where the white glove service becomes the real game changer. It shifts the whole thing from just delivery to a total room transformation.
So the guide confirms this is possible. Like, I order tonight, they assemble it Saturday.
It says it's often feasible, especially for customers in that core Arlington area. It means you can wake up in a completely finished new room.
That is the dream. So what does that process actually look like? It can't be simple. Assembling a dresser, for instance, can be pretty complex.
They've streamlined it into a pretty smooth four-step sequence. Step 1 is always the most critical.
Choose something that's in stock.
Always. Choose an in-stock, complete bedroom set. Step 2, place the order tonight and grab the absolute earliest delivery window they offer you.
And step 3.
You have to explicitly request the delivery and assembly. It's usually a checkbox at checkout online or something you confirm on the phone. Don't assume it's included.
Right. And then comes the final step, the actual transformation. What does the crew do?
They do everything. This is where white glove really earns its name. They bring all the pieces into the actual room you want it in. They assemble the bed frame, and then they build the case goods.
Case goods.
Yeah, that's the industry term for the other pieces. The dresser, the chest, the nightstands. That's usually the most time-consuming part, installing drawer slides, securing mirrors.
And the best part.
They take all the cardboard and packaging with them. You're just left with a new bedroom, no mess.
That detail about case goods is so important. It really shows why you'd want a professional service for a fast setup. The source also mentioned the benefits of actually going to the physical store in Arlington. Why does that matter when you're in such a hurry?
It all comes down to certainty. When you're rushing a huge purchase, you need to be confident.
Right.
Going to the showroom lets you see the actual color, feel the finish, check the real size. It prevents that horrible moment when they delineate it, and you realize it's not what you expected.
And that would just ruin your whole 48-hour window.
Completely. Plus, you're talking face-to-face with a local Texas team. They know the local inventory. They know the local delivery routes. It just cuts out all the friction.
Okay, so that's speed and setup. But what about the actual products? Let's talk about what ships fastest. It seems like you need to match the product to your priority.
Exactly. This is where you have to do a quick trade-off analysis. The guide points to 3 main furniture types, and each one serves a different urgent need: speed, durability, or comfort. And your choice definitely impacts how easy it is to move and assemble.
Let's start with the champions of speed. Modern platform bedroom sets. What is it about their design that makes them so much easier to get from a warehouse into a bedroom?
They're just streamlined by nature.
Yeah.
Modern platform sets have less complexity. They usually have these low-profile frames, and a lot of them have built-in slats, which means fewer parts for the crew to assemble.
And they're probably lighter, too.
Generally, yeah. Lighter pieces mean quicker loading and unloading. But the most critical part is that because they're so popular, the local warehouse just keeps a ton of them in stock. They're optimized for this exact rapid delivery model.
Okay, then on the other end, you've got the workhorses. Traditional wood bedroom suites. These are all about durability, solid wood, heavy pieces. How on earth can something like that meet a 48-hour deadline?
Well, they absolutely demand that professional white glove service. There's no way around it.
Because of the weight.
The weight and the precision needed for assembly. So the ability to get one in under 48 hours depends completely on that in-stock confirmation. If you want a traditional wood set, you have to be okay with choosing a model they have on hand right now.
So you're trading style choice for speed.
You're prioritizing that long-term quality, but you have to sacrifice some flexibility on the specific style to get it fast.
Got it. And the third priority is all about immediate relief. Upholstered beds with hybrid mattresses. This seems targeted at people who are literally in pain from their old bed.
That's the core urgency it's solving. Terrible sleep quality. These sets usually have soft, padded headboards, and the hybrid mattresses are key. They blend the support of traditional springs with the pressure relief you get from foam.
And these are also kept as stock.
Absolutely. The retailer knows that a customer in a sleep crisis wants immediate comfort, so the common sizes and medium firmness levels for these beds and mattresses are almost always stocked for fast local delivery. They're high turnover items, perfect for quick relief.
That's a great principle. If you need it fast, pick the thing the store is most likely to have a ton of.
Okay, let's pivot. Maximizing value. A fast purchase is often an unplanned purchase, which can be a huge financial shock.
The huge shock, yeah.
The guide details how to use financial tools to soften that blow without, sacrificing quality.
This is so important because the last thing you want is to buy some cheap throwaway mattress just because you're in a panic.
Right. The guide talks about promotional 0% or low-interest financing. It's usually for bigger purchases, like a complete set over, say, $1,500. It's designed to help you upgrade.
So you can afford the better materials, the better mattress, and just spread the cost out.
Exactly. And the application process isn't some long, drawn-out thing. It's usually integrated into the checkout, online or in the store, and you can get a decision in minutes.
But 0% financing often requires really good credit. The source also mentioned buy now, pay later options, BNPL. How is that different? What kind of flexibility does that offer?
BNPL serves a slightly different need. It's great for people who prefer shorter-term payments, or maybe don't want to open a traditional credit line.
Or maybe they're rebuilding their credit.
That too. These options usually have clear, fixed installments and sometimes have no interest periods if you pay it off quickly. The big advantage is that clear payment structure and shorter commitment.
So if 0% financing is more of a long-term strategic play, BNPL is like a short-term financial relief valve.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay, now let's talk straight savings. When you're buying under pressure, how do you make sure you're still getting the best possible price?
Well, smart tactics still apply, even in a rush. The source lays out a few things. First, always check the very top of the retailer's website. Banners with codes or percent off deals are usually right there.
The low-hanging fruit.
Exactly. Second, sign up for their email or text list. That's often where they'll send out private sales. And third, if you're in the showroom, just ask. Ask if there are any current promotions. It can't hurt.
But the guide says the biggest savings often come from something called the bundle discount. How does that work for a full bedroom purchase?
So the bundle targets the two most expensive things you're buying, the furniture set itself and a qualifying mattress.
Because they know you need both.
Right, so they incentivize buying them together. And what's really smart about it is the discount often just applies automatically in your cart at checkout. You don't have to go hunting for a special code. It maximizes your budget right away.
And finally, the price match guarantee. This feels important for peace of mind. You're buying fast. You don't want to feel ripped off a week later. What are the conditions?
It's all about making sure you aren't paying a convenience tax for getting it fast. The conditions are super specific. It has to be the same brand, same model, same exact configuration.
And they both have to have it in stock.
That's the key. Both the local store and their competitor must have the item in stock at the time you ask for the match. It ensures you're getting a fair price on available inventory, not just matching some temporary clearance sale.
This has been a fascinating analysis. It really establishes that with a good local logistics model, you don't have to choose between speed and quality. Before we wrap, let's give the listener a final practical checklist.
Great idea. Before you even think about placing that 48-hour order, first thing, measure your room and your doorways.
Oh, that's a big one.
The ultimate failure is a beautiful new dresser that won't fit to the door. Second, confirm the bed size and mattress firmness are right for whoever's sleeping on it. And third, if you're in a smaller space, really consider a storage bed.
And on the financial side,
just confirm your delivery and assembly window so you know when to be home. And remember to use those financing or BNPL options as a tool. Use them to move up in quality, not just to buy something cheap you'll have to replace in a year.
You know, if we tie this all together, the whole idea, getting a quality, fully assembled bedroom in under 48 hours, it just proves that speed and quality don't have to be mutually exclusive. Not when you can leverage that local inventory and those financial tools.
Precisely. We've shown the logistical hurdles and the financial barriers are lower than you might think. So the real question isn't whether you can get a new bed this weekend, but maybe why you would choose not to.
That's a good point.
I mean, given that every single day you wait costs you comfort and maybe even your health, and these tools lower the cost barrier so much, what's the real cost of delaying that upgrade compared to the immediate value of a comfortable, fully set up new bedroom?
That is a question worth sleeping on. Hopefully on your new professionally assembled set. Thanks for diving deep with us today.